Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube again. Today we're going to be drawing Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. I'm using a Col-Erase pencil, the blue one, a marker, and an eraser. So come and join me with a sheet of paper. I've just got it on landscape because it's better with the horse bodies. I'm going to start off by drawing a line roughly in the middle of the page. Just very lightly, just giving me an idea of where the middle is. You probably can't even see it on the video, but you can fold a page or use a ruler or something if that helps. We're going to start off with her head. Like all these My Little Pony characters, they've got quite big heads and small bodies, which adds to the cute factor. So I'm just drawing her head just to the left side of this line that I've marked out for myself. You want to draw a nice round circle, not too big, about that size, if you can see that. If the camera will focus. You don't want to press on too hard because at the moment we're just like mapping out where we're going to put the body. And we can use these as guidelines and then draw over them later. So just underneath that circle, I'm going to do another circle here. This is going to roughly mark out her chest. And then another circle more or less the same size, just the opposite side of the line, so to the right of the line. And that's going to mark roughly her rump. And then I like to put in the hoof marks as well, using circles and lines, just so I've got like an idea. It's like building up a skeleton of a body before we're adding meat onto it. So if the floor is going to be around here, I'm just going to do a circle here, which is probably on the line itself, quite close to the middle. Another circle not too far away from it, more or less adjacent to this. And then circle just slightly higher off the ground. I'm just going to go ahead and put in the lines of where the legs are going to be. You really cannot see this right now, can you? The light is so bright. I thought it was smart using these pencils and waiting until the light was brighter, but it's probably being more of a hindrance. Yeah, and then I want to draw another circle, probably in the middle of these two, just beyond her head. That's roughly going to be where her leg is. So hopefully you should have something kind of like this. Give you a rough idea of how the body is going to turn out. So we're going to put attention on her face at the moment. So she's staring with her profile. You can just see the profile of her face in this picture that I'm using as reference. So there's no real need to use this cross thing, but however, can like half the circle if you want to give us a rough guidance of where the eye is going to be. So again, with the My Little Pony characters, their eyes are really big, really nice and big and round oval shapes. Some are more almond, but in this one, Rainbow Dash is very, very much round. The line may be a little bit too thick, so I'm just going to make it a little bit lighter. And you want that more or less in the middle, but not directly in the middle of the circle, just a little bit towards the left. And I guess 2/3 on the top half and 1/3 on the bottom half, roughly. And within that, you want to draw another circle, clinging to the right hand edge. but it's more of an oval again, it's not really a circle. Yeah. And then another one. We've got these circles within circles. This is the pupil. And then we're going to do 2 ones for highlight. So a bigger one up here. And then a smaller one down here at the bottom. Again, I'm just going to rub out the middle just there. Got a rough idea. Just going to colour in the pupil so we can better understand what we're looking at. There's a rough eye. So, the top of her eye, you can kind of make it a little bit darker, press on a little bit harder with this. Slowly getting wider towards where the edge of her eye would be, but as her eye is so rounded, there isn't really any points in her eye, unlike some of the other ponies. And she's got 3 eyelashes, but these eyelashes are all more or less sticks. So nice and straight lines. There we go. So, to the left of her face, you just want to draw another little circle. This is going to be roughly where her muzzle is, her nose. And we can use that as a rough guidance of how to fill in the rest of her profile. So we want just a tiny bit of a point or a pinch at this edge. Then you want to curve back in on yourself, using this original circle as guidance. And then we want to come in make her a mouth, a very small mouth, and then connect these 2 circles that we've drawn. Just alter the mouth a little bit. If ever it's not looking quite right, don't be afraid to just rub it out and alter it. And then we want a basic, like a little U mark, like the letter U, just where her nose is. That's more or less her face just about done now. So, if we come and do her ear, using where we did this line earlier, at the bottom of the line is probably where you want to start the ear. Nice big round oval shape. And when you're happy with the shape, you can go in and just press slightly harder, come to a point, and then down again. Like a petal shape, and then a little curved line parallel to this line, and there her ear is. So I'm gonna roughly draw in the rest of her body, and then we're going to go back and do the hair. I think that might be better to do. So if you focus sometimes too much on one area, you might end up with like a perfect, beautiful looking face, and then the rest of the proportions are a little bit off if you're not paying attention to everywhere at the same time. So just underneath her chin, probably lining up with the edge of her eye, you want to start your line and come down and roughly use this circle that we did earlier just as a guidance. I feel like I didn't do the circle close enough to this side, so I'm just gonna not really touch it much, but ideally I would have been able to have touched it. Just gonna add a circle there to where her knee is. So then you can draw a line here using this, going past the knee, using this bigger circle that we made earlier as the hoof. Come round, this nice rounded hoof shape, up, Go and touch this little circle again. We're slowly getting thinner as we're going towards the torso of the body. Got these nice wide hooves and then like slender legs. That's the first leg done. I'm gonna do the bottom half of the body, just using this line as a guide. Just imagine we're continuing past those two lines that were drawn. Continue underneath. And then I'm just gonna stop just about there before I get to the other legs. Again, ideally this circle that I put in earlier should have been a little bit wider, probably like that shape, and I could have like touched it while following the line through, but you just need to gauge sometimes how if it's not looking right as you're going along, don't be afraid to alter it like I've just said. So I'm going to come down and start doing the second leg. Do a slow curve and come to a nice point, but like a soft rounded point. Doing the bottom of the hoof, and then slowly follow this line round earlier that I drew. Again, this line's acting as a bit of a skeleton. We can imagine putting the meat on around it. Yeah. I think this hoof I'm just going to make ever so slightly a little bit bigger. Comparing the other two hooves, if you were both going to have them straight down next to each other, you want to make sure they would look as though they were the same length. I felt that leg was just a little bit shorter than it needed to be. So now if we come to the back legs, we've got a nice round shape. Starting from kind of this line that we finished earlier. And you want to nice smooth lines, nothing harsh here. A very soft, like an S shape, like a stretched out S. Come down, and again, actually scratch that, I've just been following the wrong line. Ignore that very last bit. So professional. So I'm doing completely the wrong leg, got it completely mixed up. So this leg, you want to use this circle as a guide here for its rump. So if you start here, again with this stretched out S shape, nice soft line, kind of touching this rump circle. Come down. And this is covering this hind leg here. Clearly been too long since I made a tutorial video. Forgetting how to tutorial properly. Follow lines round, come up, past the bottom of this circle, again getting slowly thinner as we're reaching the top. Come up and round into a harsher point, just here, and then up, following this circle for the rump. get that? I'll just rub out this line here. So that's the back leg. You don't want to come too much over the top here because we've got her wings to fill in a minute and the rest of her tail, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. I'm going to focus on this last leg. Again, if this is the skeleton, that's going to be in the middle. So just a tiny bit of a curve coming down, a slanted line to the floor, rounded hooves. And then up. There we go. I think they're just ever so slightly too big. So I'm just going to try and thin these legs just a tiny little bit. But of course I can do that as well at the end when I'm using the marker. It's a blessing for hiding your sins. Right, so I'm going to roughly map out her hair and her wings. So her hair is going to just come around here. We're going to draw like a bit of a leaf. Imagine like a floppy leaf in the wind. We've got a nice hair shape. Just there. Down. I guess we can do like another leaf shape. If you're not quite understanding what I'm saying, just watch. Like that. And then I'm going to do like half of a butterfly wing, just roughly mapping out where her wings will be there. And then for her tail, I'm going to do like a big circle here. And then just very loosely, very lightly, a bit of a point. So roughly you can see the idea there with the shape. Okay, right, so her hair, so her fringe or her bangs, when you're using this leaf shape that we made earlier, and just come up and around a little bit higher than what we've drawn, make a bit of a point, come back, come down, point, come back, come down to this big point that we made earlier, come around, point the other way, and then like a nice curve going back to her ear. And she's got some nice like block colours in her mane, so we're just going to do 2 lines roughly to where they are. I feel that point's probably a little bit too long. There we go. Just tap there. So then hair here at the bottom. Gonna come out from her ear, curve right in towards her eye and like point towards her eye. Then come back, then curve the other way, point towards her leg, come back, and then follow this point that we made earlier. just make that line ever so slightly thinner. And then again 2 lines, so one coming here, and then one just down there. Roughly, get the picture. So, her wings. So she's got, using this butterfly shape that we made earlier, going to come around and just do some big round upside down, almost like an M, little M's. Big one here, one there, 3, 4, and then a tiny 5th one just down here. Got that? And then her second set is just 3, so I'm going to do big one here, nice round M shape, second one there, and then a third one almost mirroring this bottom 5th one. Yeah. Now her tail. I'll just do a cutie mark really quick. So if we just zoom in on her rump, we've got like just a quick circle there, and like a curve point. It's going to roughly mark out where it will be. So we just do some nice round fluffy shapes, just like her wings. I'm just going to do this cloud. It would help if you do Google the cutie mark, then you can look at it properly. Some nice round shapes and a bit of a twirl. And you come down here and do a bit of a zigzag like Harry Potter. And there's supposed to be 2 lines in there. I only fit 1 in right now. So don't at me. Okay, so now we've got the wings in place. You can kind of finish off her rump by following this circle that we did earlier. There we go. Nicely got her rump done. And now we can finish off with her tail. So much like these leaf shapes that we did earlier, a lot of pointing. So if we come out, up, then over, pressing down a little bit harder now. Came a little bit too long. Point in, back on itself, down, second point further down, back on itself, down. Got like 2 points very next to each other, almost hardly any gap between them. Up and round. Then point coming out, kind of touching her leg, almost going into her leg. Up and curve towards a cutie mark. Back, round, and back into a rump. A bit more of a complex shape, so if you want to kind of rewind that and look at it again, feel free, the beauty of YouTube. And she's got 5, 6 lines maybe. I'm not going to follow them exactly, so I'm just going to pop in some lines here. It's almost like a line for each point in. And there we have it. I found that like fairly simple to get through. I think they were less complex than the mermaid ones that I did before. But I'm just going to go ahead and add marker to it. Again, use whatever marker you want. Got this brush pen here that can like give me varying lines. So I'm just going to speed that up now, finish it off, add a little bit of colour as well with just this one pencil. And there we have it. Here is Rainbow Dash, the finished article. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this tutorial really helpful. More videos coming out soon. If you want to see more pony tutorials, there's some right here to look at. And I will see you in the next video.